1. Master your mindset before money wealth doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your belief system. Before you can build financial success externally, you have to rewire how you think about money internally. This is the most overlooked step on the journey to becoming rich. People chase wealth with the same limited mindset that kept them broke, never realizing they're running in circles with mental brakes on. If deep down you believe you're not worthy of wealth, or that rich people are greedy, or that success comes only to the lucky, then you will unconsciously sabotage every opportunity that presents itself. Rich individuals don't just think differently. They see the world differently. Where others see problems, they see profit. Where others see limitations, they look for leverage. They've trained their minds to operate from abundance, not scarcity. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," they ask, "How can I afford that?" They've developed emotional discipline, delayed gratification, and the ability to act in uncertainty. And perhaps most importantly, they don't see failure as defeat. They see it as tuition. Every setback is a lesson. Every mistake is a cost of learning. A poor mindset waits for permission. A rich mindset creates opportunity. A poor mindset is focused on short-term gratification. A rich mindset plays the long game. A poor mindset avoids discomfort. A rich mindset leans into challenge, knowing that discomfort is the price of growth. Wealth building requires you to upgrade not just your actions, but your identity. You have to stop seeing yourself as someone who hopes to be rich, and start operating as someone who is becoming rich. That shift changes how you speak, how you learn, how you plan, and how you show up every day. You are not just building wealth. You are becoming the kind of person who can sustain it. Because without the mindset, even if you get rich, you won't stay rich. Lottery winners go broke, not because they lack money, but because they never changed how they think. The same applies to anyone who earns fast, but hasn't done the mental work to hold it. Money doesn't change you. It amplifies what's already there. So if your mind is cluttered with fear, self-doubt, and shame, that's exactly what money will intensify. Mastering your mindset means rewiring old beliefs, often inherited or conditioned since childhood, and replacing them with empowering ones. It means surrounding yourself with people who normalize wealth, who speak in possibilities instead of limitations. It means becoming obsessed with personal growth, because who you are determines how far you can go. 2. Invest in skills, not just savings. When most people think about getting rich, they immediately jump to cutting expenses or saving more money. While saving has its place, it will never make you wealthy on its own. You can only save so much. There's a ceiling, but when you invest in skills, you remove the ceiling entirely. Skills are the ultimate wealth accelerators. They're the engines behind every millionaire, billionaire, and self-made success story. Think about this. Every dollar you earn today is tied directly to a skill you've mastered or haven't. Your ability to write persuasively, speak confidently, sell effectively, negotiate wisely, lead a team, build a product, market a brand, or analyze data. These are the assets that determine your value in the marketplace. In today's economy, attention is currency, creativity is currency, communication is currency. The more valuable your skill set, the more leverage you have in every area of life. Negotiating a salary, starting a business, closing a deal, or scaling a brand. Yet, most people graduate school and stop learning. They assume the piece of paper they received is enough to carry them through life. But the world is evolving faster than ever. The skills that were relevant 5 years ago might be outdated now. If you're not actively growing, you're falling behind. The most dangerous place to be is comfortable with what you know, because someone, somewhere, is learning the exact skill you're neglecting, and they're coming for your job, your clients, your opportunities. Investing in skills is not just about education, it's about transformation. It's about becoming irreplaceable. The return on investment for a skill is infinite. Learning how to code can lead to a 6-figure developer job or your own tech startup. Mastering sales can open the door to commissions, leadership, and eventually your own company. Public speaking can position you as an expert, attract high-level clients, or lead to global stages. And in a world where AI and automation are replacing jobs, human skills, like critical thinking, empathy, storytelling, and problem solving, are becoming even more valuable. The beauty of skill acquisition is that it stacks. Each new skill adds to your personal value stack. A graphic designer who learns copywriting becomes more persuasive. A writer who learns SEO becomes more visible. An entrepreneur who learns finance becomes more scalable. You don't just grow linearly, you grow exponentially. And unlike money in a savings account, skills can't be lost. You can lose a job, a business, or a bank account, but your skills stay with you. They travel across industries, trends, and time. They protect you when the economy crashes. They empower you to pivot when life throws curve-balls. They give you the confidence to walk away from toxic environments, knowing you have the ability to rebuild or reinvent. So instead of asking, how much can I save this month? Start asking, what skill can I develop that will 10x my income over the next year? Because wealth doesn't come from saving, it comes from scaling, and you can't scale without skills. 3. Start building multiple streams of income. If you're serious about becoming rich, one income stream simply isn't enough. Relying on a single paycheck, even if it's a good one, is like trying to sail a ship with only one sail. It might move, but it's highly vulnerable to sudden changes, a job loss, market shifts, a medical emergency, or even burnout. Wealthy people don't just make money, they make money from different directions. They create layers of income that continue flowing, even if one source dries up. Multiple streams of income act as both offense and defense. Offense because they accelerate your wealth building exponentially. Defense because they protect you from being financially wiped out by one bad event. When you only earn from one source, you live with a silent, constant risk. Most people don't realize this risk until it's too late. A layoff, a downturn, or an industry disruption can leave them scrambling. The rich don't wait for that moment. They build buffers in advance. And here's the thing, building multiple streams doesn't mean launching 5 businesses tomorrow. It starts gradually, strategically. Maybe you have a job that's your active income. Great. Now what can you do with the hours outside of it? Could you freelance, sell digital products, write a book, build a YouTube channel, start a small online store, or learn to trade or invest? One additional stream of even $500 a month might seem small now, but over time, compounded and reinvested, it becomes a foundation for something much larger. Many millionaires didn't start out wealthy, they started with a side hustle. They took skills they already had and monetized them in new ways. They stopped trading all their time for money and started thinking about how to make money even when they weren't working. That's the goal, income that keeps flowing, whether you're asleep, on vacation, or sick in bed. This is what separates the rich from the rest, leverage. And nothing creates leverage like multiple income streams. In today's digital age, the opportunities are endless. Affiliate marketing, content creation, print on demand, subscription services, coaching, investing, intellectual property. Your income is only limited by your willingness to learn and test new ideas. The earlier you start, the more you benefit from compound growth and scalability. And over time, your money starts to work harder than you do. The bottom line is this: every rich person has income coming from several places. If your financial life depends on just one job, you don't have freedom, you have a fragile lifeline. Real wealth is having streams, not strings. So begin by identifying your first additional income stream, build it slowly, refine it, and then move to the next. Don't chase quick money, build sustainable flows, because when money is coming in from multiple directions, you stop surviving and start building wealth on your terms. 4. Understand and control your expenses. One of the biggest misconceptions about getting rich is that it's all about how much you earn. But the truth is, wealth isn't defined by income, it's defined by what you keep. You can make $200,000 a year and still be broke if your expenses are out of control. At the same time, someone making $50,000 with disciplined spending and smart investing can be on their way to financial freedom. Income is flashy, control is powerful. Until you master your expenses, you'll always be chasing money rather than building wealth. The reason most people stay trapped in the cycle of financial stress isn't because they don't make enough, it's because they leak money through unconscious habits. They don't track where their money goes, they buy things to impress people. They spend emotionally, use credit like cash, and constantly upgrade their lifestyle the moment they earn more. This is known as lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest wealth killers. You get a raise, and suddenly need a better car, a bigger apartment, more expensive clothes, and fancy dinners. The more you make, the more you spend, and the cycle continues. The rich approach expenses like a business. Every dollar has a job. Every purchase gets evaluated, not just by can I afford this, but by is this the best use of my capital. They don't live cheap, they live conscious. They understand that minimizing unnecessary liabilities allows their money to flow into assets, investments, ventures, and opportunities that grow their wealth. They look beyond the price tag to see the long-term value of their choices. That doesn't mean deprivation, it means alignment. Spending money on things that truly matter, while cutting out the noise. Controlling your expenses isn't about penny pinching or extreme frugality, it's about intentional living. It's about becoming aware of your spending patterns, your emotional triggers, and your relationship with money. Do you buy things to feel secure, to impress others, to numb stress? Until you confront these patterns, they will quietly run your financial life. Most people don't have a money problem, they have a behavior problem, disguised as a money problem. Track every dollar, set aggressive savings and investment targets. Use budgets, not as shackles, but as roadmaps. Automate your finances where possible, so your good habits happen by default. Start seeing money as a tool, not a toy. The earlier you create financial discipline, the faster you'll buy your freedom, because ultimately, getting rich isn't just about making more, it's about learning how to live well with less while you scale. 5. Use time as a lever, not a crutch. Time is either your greatest asset or your biggest excuse. It all depends on how you use it. Most people talk about time as if it's something they have no control over. They say things like, I don't have time, or I'll do it later, or now's not the right moment. But here's the truth. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Every day you delay action is a day you push your dreams further out of reach. If you're not using time to build, time is quietly breaking down your potential. Wealthy individuals view time through an entirely different lens. They understand that time is the most limited resource they have, and so they treat it with intention. They plan their days, protect their hours, and prioritize activities that create long-term value. They don't fill their calendars with distractions, they fill them with action. They know that time compounds just like money. Small, consistent actions taken over months and years lead to massive results. On the flip side, consistent inaction leads to regret. People who stay stuck financially often misuse time in one of two ways. They waste it with low-value tasks, or they hide behind it as an excuse. Instead of learning a skill, they binge watch shows. Instead of building something meaningful, they scroll endlessly on social media. Instead of starting that side hustle or business idea, they wait for the perfect moment, which never comes. They treat time as if there's an unlimited supply, forgetting that every year that passes without progress makes the climb steeper later. Rich people don't wait to feel ready, they start, and they figure it out along the way. They understand that momentum is more powerful than perfection. They use time as a lever. That means they ask themselves, what action can I take today that will pay me back in the future? Whether it's reading 10 pages of a financial book, learning a new skill, networking with a mentor, or making a small investment, they see time not as something to spend, but as something to invest. And investing time wisely isn't just about productivity, it's about alignment. It's making sure that the hours you spend reflect the future you want. Because every hour you waste on distractions is an hour taken from your future freedom. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart, intentionally, and with the urgency of someone who understands that time is slipping away, no matter what you do. If you look at anyone who has built real wealth, you'll see a common trait. They started before they felt ready. They didn't wait until they had all the answers, all the resources, or all the support. They used the time they had, even if it was just an hour a day, and they built something with it. They planted seeds that would grow over time, because they knew that money is earned in the present, but wealth is built in the long-term decisions made day after day, often when no one else is watching. Conclusion: wealth is built, not found. Getting rich isn't about luck. It's not about waiting for the right opportunity to magically appear, or hoping someone discovers your talent. It's about intentional action, discipline, and belief. It's about building a life brick by brick, decision by decision, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is shaping your future wealth. You have to be willing to think differently, act differently, and live differently than the crowd, because most people won't do what it takes. They'll make excuses, settle for average, and complain when life doesn't hand them more. But that's not your path. You're here because you believe you're capable of more. So start today. Use what you have, where you are. Make the choice to outgrow your old habits, outlearn your past self, and outwork every limitation placed on you. Wealth isn't something you find, it's something you create on purpose.